Swamps. Some folks might say this is just another word for stinky water full of mud, mosquitoes, and frogs. And the most cynical of us would say let's just drain them all and turn them into parking lots. But considering the fact that wetlands cover 6% of the Earth's total landmass, that'd be enough to park a lot of cars. In fact, wetlands do have water that looks dirty, plus stinky mud and mosquitoes and frogs. But they have all that for a reason. They have it because they act as nature's finest water filter. Wetlands and the plants, microbes, and wildlife that inhabit them have the amazing ability to remove harmful impurities from the water we drink and use every day, long before it reaches the pipes that carry it to our homes. Sediments and organisms that live in wetlands trap, break down, or absorb excess nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen from agriculture and industrial development that can seriously pollute water and harm the life that depends on it. What's more, wetlands filter water to trap and absorb up to 90% of harmful bacteria, and they can capture up to 70% of the sediments found in runoff, which helps to purify the water and lessen the impact of erosion. Americans should think about what wetlands here in Michigan and elsewhere in the country provide for us that is far more important than more parking lots. And we haven't even talked about the fish and wildlife benefits that are so important to sportsmen. Wetlands are perhaps the most vital components of the landscape that produce and sustain waterfowl, something that every duck hunter knows without dispute. Wetlands are also looking more and more important to our future, a future that will include an altered climate. Wetlands are some of the most productive ecosystems in the world, and they have an enhanced ability to store carbon. Recent studies found that wetlands in the prairie pothole region of Canada and the US comprise only 17% of the landscape, but may sequester twice as much carbon as the surrounding agricultural soils. So now that we know that wetlands are so important, what's to worry about? Well, sportsmen should know that wetland disappearance is a very real threat to our sporting way of life. This threat is exacerbated by a changing climate and the resulting loss of snowpack, sustained stream flows, and water levels, potentially resulting in many wetlands that will shrink or disappear entirely. The prairie pothole region could lose up to 90% of its wetlands, reducing the number of the continent's breeding ducks by as much as 69%. Water levels in the upper Great Lakes could drop as much as 8 feet, parching wetlands and leading to an up to 39% decline in the region's duck populations. To learn more about the value of wetlands or the threats that wetlands face due to climate change, you can visit the Theodore Roosevelt Conservation Partnership at trcp.org.